Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it.
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Claranda and I have got things covered at the expo.
Yes, we're ready to roll then.
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
Wait!
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we agreed. It's for your own safety.
We know. It's just... Do you really
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. He's never done that before. Maybe he really is, but if that's true, then that means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past too. Wouldn't that make him... That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're not... Really? The same is true for your uncle. In Fontaine, we have a long and complicated... Yeah. What? How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevras and Miss Yelan, then you can ask him yourselves.
Thanks, miss.
This situation is complicated and unpredictable. Isn't it a bit early to be making those kinds of promises? It's alright.
regardless, it's a promise we have.
Then, let's all do our part to make sure.
Stop right there!
Where is he?
We missed him.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search the area. These records look
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental.
What is it?
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful. The one time they slipped up, it broke the case wide open.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here, among the records left behind by Ashva.
So, he's the guy that slipped up back then?
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at two separate scenes?
No. Almost like he led us here on purpose.
Hey, there's a letter.
Look at how it's positioned. It was...
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Let's keep going. We can read it together.
Wait!
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does make him our thief.
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be on...
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Something isn't adding up. All the evidence suggests that he was here alone.
That's a question for another time. We need to focus on where he's...
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection.
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to Nod-Krai, prepared those weapons on his own, deliberately put us on his...
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our best lead. That would seem to be our last remaining clue. Let's do it.
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing. You certainly live up to your I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. So I suppose it's my turn to throw my hat in the ring. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. It all started with a Kashara War researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo. He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. But when he found himself in the desert, could you spare some water?
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert.
Are you mocking me?
No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. Here, give me your canteen. You got somewhere to go?
Not really. Thanks to this water, though.
Now you're talking like desert folk. You could always join my band of misfits.
What would I do?
Gather food, guard our water source, just like everyone else I've taken in. Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome to show it off. Every little bit.
All I know is... weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah. I love studying them. Big and powerful ones, small and deadly ones. I believe the essence of Kashara War research is embodied in weaponry. And the pursuit of this kind of technology is... My lifelong goal has always been to become a foremost expert on all kinds of weapons, so I can invent even more advanced ones. So I might have borrowed a few sensitive techs without permission, but you see the vision, right?
The academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son.
I can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy.
True, weapons are essential to life here in the desert. But when it comes to protecting the people here, this scimitar in my hand is more than enough. The kind of weapons you're talking about are overkill for a place like this.
Overkill? Really?
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from the sandstorms to prevent it from drying up. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. Helps us avoid conflict with... All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. We don't have to fight off other desert folk. It's a real place to call home. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert, but behind a lot of them lies too much ambition. So, having somewhere to settle down is more than enough for me.
I see. Guess I could do some odd jobs then.
I've heard you Kashara scholars are handy with all kinds of gadgets.
You mean, like...
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It'll give him something to do. Life can get boring out here.
All right, then. And just like that, a Kashara War scholar at the cutting edge of his field ended up in the... It got boring. from time to time. But all in all, those days were quite pleasant. The Eremites accept looking back now. I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up. Don't rush me.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Send the gem? It has...
Well, we have a right to this oasis, too. Our ancestors were part of the group that
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out...
because I knew better than to be stubborn. Stay in one place too long around here, and it might just be...
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the oasis wouldn't even exist anymore.
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got kicked out. I bet they're only crawling.
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you. You won't get rid of us that easily.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been... All that matters is keeping the people here safe.
At the time, I didn't think much of it. And so, normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, mostly. I often found myself flipping through my collection of blueprints and sketches. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the technology within those mechanisms. But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attack. Somehow, the new arrivals at the oasis must have caught wind of it.
Hope you don't mind me asking, but is that a
I do mind, actually. It's none of your business.
Rumor is you used to be a researcher at the academia.
What do you want?
I want to team up. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, they don't exist in the desert. But what if you had access to the right funds and materials?
What are you suggesting?
Me and my men can get you what you need. In return, all you got... We've always had a good eye for business. Just never the right product. But this thing right here...
You want to sell...
It's a win-win. You provide the goods, and I earn enough mora from these people to...
I don't know.
I understand what you're worried about, but listen, it won't come back. These people don't think bigger than this place. They don't get involved in conflict. I mean, come on.
You've made a bad name for yourself around here. I don't want any part in this.
Well, it's your choice. But it could be the last meaningful choice you ever get in. So I'll ask you again. Do you want to finally develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your academic ambitions? Or do you want to...
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Yeah, we increased our prices.
So, you're really as money hungry as they all say.
Cash is king. That's just business.
Fine.
I'm done. I want out.
What are you talking about? We're making bank here.
I know what the weapons have been used for, and I refuse to be an accomplice to all this.
An accomplice? Listen, that's got nothing to do with us. People would be at each other's throats with or without our weapons.
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this can't be all the Eremites.
If you want to make the big mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just how it is.
And that right there is why I want to...
Fine. I've made more than enough to leave this dump in the dust anyway. If you want out so bad, have it your way.
What was that? No. Kaem was it. How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past, but Kaem drove them off.
You sold weapons to his enemies. But he took you in when you had nowhere to turn.
It was the perfect excuse to drive up the price, that's why.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't the first time Senegem and his men had turned around. I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. In that moment, but once the weapons I designed were turned against us, the fate of this, in the end, despite all the burning tents, I rushed it, and now you know the full account of my crimes. I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them. This confession is for the kids to read, too. So, I know I'm in no position to make requests, but please, back then, I failed.
Jeez. If this is true...
He's after the same target as us. And he's out for revenge.
He even lured us to Nod-Krai to help him get it.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now. If I'm right, this doesn't bode well.
Then we need to find him ASAP! It sounds like he's about to do something super dangerous.
I can't just let him get rid of our target either. This crime ring runs deep. There are still many other conspirators we need to track down. Oh?
You got something?
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place. I think he decided to spring the trap that we set up.
Oh, snap. He's not working for the...
The meeting will be happening any time now. Quick, we need to head to the rendezvous point.
Ashvapati.
It's been a while, Senegem. Over a decade, at least.
How did you find this place?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point still hasn't changed.
Useless bunch of idiots. Just wait until my backup gets here.
Oh, I think that might take a while. The Fontaine and Liyue authorities have your men locked down tight.
No. There's no way the cops could have known we'd be here.
Unless, of course, someone deliberately left a trail of clues, leading them straight to the expo. That would be a different story, now wouldn't it? If they hadn't taken your agents out of the equation, I doubt I would have been able to lure you here.
So now what? You gonna turn me in?
No. The authorities can have your men.
Is that Fatui tech? Looks like your skills are as good as... Listen, I know you're mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years. But it looks like you still got it. If you want back in...
After everything that happened...
Because what's the alternative? After Kayem took you in, you really convinced yourself you were one. What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and belonging is a losing. In the desert, my people live by one rule and one rule alone. The last lap. Just look at me. When there's Mora to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk.
What? You think everyone is as much of a lowlife?
A lowlife? There's nothing Mora can't buy. You're talking to a renowned Fontanian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one...
Are you done?
Clearly there's no reasoning with you, fine. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone?
Oh, don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower with me. You could have brought a whole army for all I care. These weapons will bury every last one of you!
What the? Are you crazy? If that thing fires, you're not getting out of here alive either.
Yes, that's the plan. It's high time both of us paid the price for our sins!
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he removes this
Hold it right there, all of you! Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
The Maison Gardiennage!
You got here sooner than I expected.
What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news.
Ashvapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine courts. Remove the barrier and come with us at once.
Fontanian justice is too merciful for them. You should leave us.
Stubborn fool.
I don't deserve them. I have to atone.
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. Surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. I hear that it's but me. I chose to use my research skills to create weapons of war that brought death to countless people.
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age, but they started out as weapons too, you know.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. They needed something a little more powerful than usual for purging evil forces and scaring. Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreated into the mountains. That's when people started repurposing fireworks. The peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to. The weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil—
Time is running out. Please. Leave while you still can.
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way of repurposing these ballistas for the children's amusement.
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
think so. Huh.
Recording mode on.
Has this always been part of the show?
No funny business!
I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be used for something so beautiful.
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a big help to our investigation.
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top. As for these arms dealers, though, I can confidently say that none of them will be getting away with it. I know. There's no sentence the court can give them that will satisfy you. Considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with—
I guess you're right.
What do you think they did with Acervo? Great! Everyone's in one place!
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest here and now. The Voynich Guild won't be responsible.
Understood. Well, there's been no serious harm to me or any of my compatriots. And with the arms dealing operation,
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in my custody to proceed with the case files. As for you, given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing you into custody as well.
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard in
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati. He stays here.
Deal.
That went surprisingly smoothly. Paimon figured it was gonna be a whole ordeal.
Uncle Ashvapati,
They told us the whole story. Everything you've done.
But
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, and left some weapons for your own people to defend them the way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself. It was failing to use that knowledge sensibly, to protect the ones you can.
Yeah.
Well then, what are you waiting for? The chance to atone for
Children. From now on.
Traveler, Yelan. On behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you.
I have plenty of other business to attend to, so it's probably about time I got going as well. See ya.
Looks like you're a free man.
I guess, but even if they won't arrest me,
After you joined us, it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about nearly everything. Everything except your desert, or I actually consider the desert my home too. So I was interested to learn who, thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a story it is. Granted, the final chapter caused us a fair...
are you serious?
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not after all the rules you broke.
I completely understand.
I'd recommend that you take these kids.
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since, as far back, the Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With Lesser Lord Kus...
I'm flattered, really. Sure. We could put up a few tents and...
Where there's Mora, there's always a way.
So Mora is the answer, huh?
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch. Sure can. Huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical... Simply plant it in the ground, and a spring will instantly start growing.
What the...
Huh. Looks genuine to me.
goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Nod-Krai Trade Expo. Turns out it's...
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling... Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a...
Whatever keeps the kids happy?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you three kids earn? I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed. Wouldn't you agree?
Deal!
Hooray! Well, this was a strange turn of events.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade